Hello again. Well, I was going to see Finding Nemo 3D this weekend, but circumstances beyond my control made it so I couldn't leave town. But luckily, I did see a different movie to review, so I'm going to review The Amazing Spider-Man. And this film is almost a reboot of the Spider-Man franchise, as after Spider-Man 3 had middling and critical reception despite good box office returns, and it was the highest grossing film domestically in 2007. And, and since and okay, so if it is just a reboot, I'm going to talk about the other movies a little bit first. I mean, Spider-Man 1, and I really enjoyed that one. I liked that one. It was the first PG-13 movie I saw in the theater. It was 10 at the time. And Spider-Man 2, I absolutely loved that one. I thought it was one of the best superhero films to this day, and still holding quite a high regard. Spider-Man 3, yeah, I thought it was average when I first saw it. Not that in 2007 I was 15 at the time. I but in recent years I can definitely say that it's definitely not as people think it is, and it's definitely that really works. I mean, works. And so hey, so not much ado. I'm gonna get into the actual movie. I mean, the script was written by James Vanderbilt, oh, Alvin Sterling, or the same thing as Sterling, and Steve Kloves, who's and the film was directed by Mark Webb, who had previously directed romantic comedies like 500 Days of Summer. Essentially, this retelling of Spider-Man's origin story, focusing on being a teenage superhero, and about this. It turns out the marketing made a big deal about him finding the truth about his parents, but lo and behold, it turns out that his parents did indeed die in a plane crash, just like they did in the comics. And also there was, but they did keep in the twist that they had Richard Parker responsible for creating Spider and views his Peter with his powers after he fights him. And this movie also used a scrap plot point from the intended fourth film before it was cancelled, about how Dr. Kurt Connors finally taking the plunge and dosing himself with lizard DNA, becoming the Lizard. I mean, the lizard effects, even though they were kind of shaky when they first introduced, I mean, they did improve with the finished film, and definitely say it's one of the best looking creatures I've ever seen in the movie so far. And wondering when I'm thinking about how Andrew Garfield Spider-Man as opposed to Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, well, I definitely could see that I mean, back when I saw that movie, I mean, even when I still see the original movies, I mean, I didn't really see an actor. I mean, I saw Spider-Man when I saw Tobey Maguire. I mean, Andrew Garfield. I mean, he's a good actor. I was also disappointed when he didn't get an award nomination for The Social Network as Best Supporting Actor. But his performance just felt kind of shaky here to me. He, I mean, he came off very arrogant, and then didn't really improve that much in the film. And also, in what was supposed to be dramatic moments, like when Uncle Ben gets shot, and his blood rings came off, was pretty bad. I mean, and Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy. I mean, I haven't seen as many adaptations of Gwen Stacy in them as opposed to Mary Jane, and so, but oh, get off. I spider on me myself, off there, and so now with Mary, but Emma Stone did do all right as Gwen Stacy. I mean, rather than she actually manages to, in one scene where Leslie is chasing her, she actually grabs a Bunsen burner and an aerosol can and uses a flamethrower. Or, or, so, and also this new Spider-Man doesn't just deal with the lizard. He also deals with that the police don't initially trust him. And keep in mind, J. Jonah Jameson did not appear in this movie. But it's just that Captain Stacy, played by Dennis Leary, was distrustful of him because as he intends has Spider-Man and thought he was stopping a but it was actually part undercover operation to get into the rig. And again, Spider-Man screwed it up. He also his antics tend to lean more towards vigilantism than heroism in many cases. But there are some scenes where he does shine through. Where I mean, there's another scene in the bridge where a car is dangling over and rescues a little boy after the car bursts into flames. And as you can tell, and it's also a much darker film than the Raimi films. It's being the violence is much more prominent. That sure, there's some violent stuff in the first one, that's through like the Green Goblin getting impaled and killed, but he actually gets shot in the leg and is bleeding a lot, and it's a lot more mutilated body parts. And actually incredibly big for a PG-13 movie. I mean, also, I thought the story was a bit off to be honest, and honest. It hasn't really flown me because I'm not gonna lie, it has been done before, and it probably will be done many times again. And I think it was just that with the Avengers and Dark Knight Rises also coming out this year, I was also kind of underwhelmed by the story. But also the cinematography, he John Schwartzman is all right, but it wasn't exactly what Bill Pope could do in the last two Spider-Man movies. And the technical aspects and the visual effects of the film, as well as Rice Iffin's performance, and as Dr. Connors as in the Lizard, was probably what I liked most about it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it certainly is it's good to say the least. Yes, but with all these people claiming it's better than the movies, I really can't go that far on it. It's probably going to take a few more re-watches, not just for when it comes out on DVD. I may change my mind, but I'm looking forward to seeing the Avengers again. I probably still like that, and I've seen The Dark Knight Rises twice. I'm probably going to see it a third time when it comes out on DVD, so I know I like that film. So I can definitely say that this Spider-Man is not quite amazing as I say, but it's passable at any rate. It is worth seeing. I am interested, even though it did alright at the box office. If it had come out any other year, it would have really cleaned up. Just that came out in between the Avengers, here's Dark Knight Rises, and there's a crap ton of other movies. So anyway, I'm going to render my verdict. I'm going to give this movie 2.5 stars out of 4. I think I really have next nothing to complain about movies this year, since I've just been simply not seeing the ones I don't want to. And I'm probably not going to be able to do a worse stuff list this year unless something comes up. I get duped in seeing something really bad. So anyway, that's all I have to say. In the comments box below. Maybe if there are other movies coming out, other ones I'm looking forward to, since Finding Nemo 3 is something that I'm playing for a couple of weeks. I might see Dread, Hotel Transylvania, Frankie and Winnie, Wreck-It Ralph, Skyfall, and The Hobbit and Unexpected Journey. So that's all for now. I shall see you later.